Guys, we are back at the Century Arms booth number 11962. Huge booth, very, very busy. You can't see it, and we actually set up like this so we didn't get too much background noise, but they're jam-packed over here. If you're at SHOT Show, Ava, you tell your people they need to come out here because she's got a lot of her followers that have come talk to her, so it's a chance to visit in person. So
and nobody's come to talk to Paul, so if you
yeah,
guys
I'm
could
very
just like help
lonely
him
over
out,
here. So
everyone's here for me.
They're
and
taking
it's
my
like Paul.
patches, but they're not.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a picture with me.
It's a little embarrassing.
I'll do it.
Yeah, well,
I'll get
Kevin will accommodate me. So, and speaking of Kevin, we're here with Kevin from USCCA. Guys, if you don't know, and I'm gonna show you proof that I support these guys. I actually have my card on me. USCCA is insurance for essentially concealed carriers, and I am a platinum member and have been.
Look at that.
Yep. How about that?
And I noticed that was right on the top in your wallet right there. That you have. Yeah.
It absolutely is. It
Yeah.
sits right there on the outside so that I can access it if I need to. So no, it's Kevin at a high level. Talk about what you guys provide and like if I pay for a service, what do I get
Yep.
in return?
The basis of what we do at USCCA is education, training, and then legal protection as part of our member benefits program.
Okay.
And what I really want to do is people always have two questions about concealed carry. When can I shoot somebody? What's going to happen to me afterwards?
God.
And I'm serious. That's
Oh,
what
my
they ask.
goodness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When can I shoot somebody, and what's going to happen to me afterwards? And if you're facing an imminent deadly threat, and that's the terminology we use, it's different in all 50 states because they have different state laws. If you're facing an imminent deadly threat, you can use deadly force to protect yourself. That's basically how it goes.
Yeah.
This isn't legal advice right now, but that's basically how it works.
Right.
And then what happens afterwards is a full and complete investigation, because the good guys get involved in a gunfight and they wait around for the cops to come.
Right.
The bad guys take off, and then we got to go look for
That's
them.
right.
And we believe that everybody in America deserves the best possible legal representation. And that's what we provide through our membership benefits with the USCCA. But it all starts with education and training. Because if you do something wrong, you're going to be held accountable.
Yep.
The police are going to be there to investigate,
Yep.
and it's a real easy investigation if you stand there and say, yeah, he attacked me and I shot him.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you shoot him 6 more times when he was down on the ground? Well,
Yeah.
okay, now you're going to jail.
Well, you could be a
Yeah.
platinum member and do the wrong thing.
And
Yeah.
so many people, because I'm a firearms instructor, and
Yeah.
so many people say, well, I was told, my neighbors at coffee said that if I have to use deadly force, make sure that I kill them so that they can't come back and sue me. And that seems to be like the general consensus of what people think. They think that they
Yeah.
need to kill them, and
Yeah.
that's completely wrong.
And we understand the basis of self-defense, of all self-defense, is to cause enough dysfunction in your attacker for you to escape safely. That's what self-defense is. And as soon as there's no longer a deadly threat, you can't use deadly
Absolutely.
force anymore. So this idea that, and the idea that if you kill somebody, they're not going to come back and sue you.
Yeah,
they got a whole
that's
family
true,
who's going to
but
come back and
exactly.
sue
They
you.
can always sue
So,
you in a civil
yeah,
suit. The
yeah.
state can sue you. It's
So
a mess.
the goal of using deadly force is not to kill anyone, it is to stop the threat. And I'm a police officer, so if your police officer friend was saying you're supposed to kill someone, he didn't study in his
There's
DAT
so
manual
many
very
police
well.
officers
Yeah.
that are saying
Really
that.
bad information right there.
Yeah.
So we have the 3 levels of membership that you have. Just describe at a high level again what we're talking about between the difference.
Yeah, well, and the actual difference is the amount of legal protection that you're getting in the end. And honestly, I'm not on the sales team, so I don't have those numbers
I follow
memorized,
you.
but I know the highest level is $2.25 million worth of coverage for criminal defense and then civil suits afterwards fall in there. The criminal defense is slightly less than the civil liability protection out there, but it all adds up to $2.25 million because you're looking at, after the criminal trial, there's probably going to be some sort of civil trial somewhere along the way. And it's, like I said, best possible legal defense. We have 1,000 attorneys on staff, and most of them will answer the phone 24 hours a day. You call our critical response team hotline, and someone picks up that phone 24 hours a day, and that person becomes your caseworker and gets you an attorney, and the attorney will call you right back and get things going. We've had people get arrested on a Friday night and be out of jail in time to make it to work Monday morning.
Wow.
So,
Well, the thing that impresses me about the whole thing is that when I was looking at the different levels, the thing that kept popping up in my head was I don't want to be the guy that was trying to try to save a couple of bucks and sit there one day with that card in my hand going, man, that platinum membership really looks good now.
Well,
Yeah.
or
It looked
you
good.
don't. You don't want to be that person who calls and you're like, I received a phone call about a week ago, and they're like, "Do you know a good, legal attorney?" Because I had to use my gun. And I'm like, "Well, if you got the insurance, it would have been, And they're like, "Well, yeah, I wanted to sign up for that, but yeah, well,
Not
guess
how it
what?
works.
You can't sign up for it now,
Right.
and then it's gonna save you."
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be a member at the time of your incident. You can't
Yeah.
call us later.
So you guys are rebranding a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're taking a look at what we wanted to do and how we were doing it, and everybody was using red, white, and blue, everybody in the industry. So we moved over to this safety yellow and black kind of stand out and make it look a little bit more stark, if you will. It's going to jump out at what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're looking at that condition yellow all the time. We're always ready, and we wanted to make a statement that people are closer to concealed carry than they think they are. We do all sorts of things every day to keep ourselves and our family safe, and we just remind people that if you're locking the doors to your house and you're setting up lights outside and stuff like that, you're doing that as part of a personal protection
Right.
plan.
Absolutely.
And so you're closer to being a concealed carrier than you really think you are. And we don't ever want anyone to be involved in a gunfight. It's a terrible thing. But situational awareness and conflict avoidance will keep you out of that, but you've got to plan ahead. And then, if the worst does happen, we want to make sure you're protected.
Well, just to explain a little bit about how it works, the process again. Let's say, unfortunately, I go out tonight and I'm attacked and I shoot somebody. What's the first thing that I do?
First thing I want you to do is call 911. You got to win the race to 911, because if you're involved in a shooting or an incident, or even you brandish your gun and the guy runs away, criminals are smart enough to know they'll call the cops, and a guy in a gray T-shirt with purple letters on front just pointed his gun at me.
Right.
That makes him the
Turn it around.
complainant, and the cops now
Oh,
we're
wow.
looking for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So win the race to call
Gotcha.
911, and you'll be on the phone with a dispatcher who is trained to get as much information as possible out of you.
Okay.
And I'm a working police officer, and I would love to have all sorts of information, but as a member of the USCCA, I want you to say just enough to get the police there, to get you help, and to provide information if the bad guy took off running and where he went. Don't admit any guilt. There has been an incident. I've been attacked. I had to defend myself. We need police and maybe EMS or rescue.
Right.
And then just wait. The dispatcher will ask you lots of questions. And the best thing you can say to a cop is, I will give you a full and complete statement after I speak to my attorney. And then USCCA will get you an attorney and get it right there. Yep.
Very nice. And safety, you talk about the yellow, a nice segue into the safety part of it. You guys are big time proponents in gun safety also.
Absolutely. It's we're providing all of the service for responsibly armed Americans, okay? And with every right comes a responsibility. And I'm a big advocate that if you use your firearm for any reason, you are going to be held liable for what you're doing. You are responsible for every round that goes down range, everything that comes out of the muzzle. And like I said before, we're the good guys. We wait around for the investigation.
Right.
It's not like we're running or trying. So we're not trying to get away. So I want everybody to do everything right. And in order to do that, you have to know what you're supposed to be doing. You have to know your local laws, and you have to follow them. You can't just panic and go willy-nilly, because you will be held accountable. And I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. And one thing that I see with the card, it's, you guys make it abundantly clear on your website, but having your card a platinum member of the USCCA does not give you the right to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I know. I've heard all kinds of horrible
Yeah.
things, like kill insurance, and
Yeah.
it's like,
And people will say stuff like that, but understand that what we're providing is education and training. And
it definitely makes your job easier when you have to represent them, because they did everything right.
Yep.
It's not,
And people will say that if you're carrying the card, that the district attorney or the prosecutor will use that against you.
No.
Okay, let them try, because
Yeah.
what you've gotten is documented training through the USCCA that says, we taught you how to do this.
Absolutely.
And I followed these steps, and we followed training, and away we go.
So where can people go look at the different packages that you have as far as coverage?
Oh, it's very easy. USCCA, UnionSamCharlesCharlesAdam.com. And everything will be right out there. We'll show you, take you every step of the way. And there's a link down on the bottom if you want to call and talk to a member service advisor. We got people on 24 hours a day. They can just call and chat and figure out everything they need to know.
That's a nice service,
Yeah.
too. So here, you guys have a booth here as well?
Yeah, we got a booth right out front before you come in, showing off the new brand standards and all of the new colors and schemes and stuff like that. And we have also launched an official partner program for ranges and retailers. And we're working with ranges around the country right now to improve the shooting experience, get more people involved.
Okay, very nice. Well, Kevin, we're going to wrap things up here. Appreciate you coming on. Always good to see you. What's the booth number if we want to go over there?
I couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
I knew it.
Know.
So when he's
know
like,
what?
yeah, in the front, then I was like,
Right.
don't
I
ask
have
him.
it
It's gonna be
written
like
down.
He's trying to.
It's L222.
L222. It's right out front. You can't miss it when you're walking in. It's right in front of the pony wall there, and it's 3 stories tall. It's huge.
And don't look for the red, white, and blue anymore, because
No.
now it's yellow.
Yeah, now we got the yellow
All right.
and black. So
Very cool. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for joining
thanks
us.
for having me here. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
And by the way, Kevin will be back tomorrow. We'll talk about some more things tomorrow. So we'll find some other cool stuff. If you guys have any questions for Kevin tomorrow that we did not cover today, please email, message us, comment. If you're on Ava's Instagram right now and you have a question, go into her comment section and just comment. Ask a question for Kevin tomorrow about this type of coverage, and we'll bring that to Kevin tomorrow.
All right.
So
Yeah,
very
thank
cool.
you very much.
All right,
Thanks a lot.
see you guys in a second.